But I'm not allowed to say should be. Oh, here we go. We're playing against Woodies with Hoodies. So game 3, Undead 1140 versus Wood Elves 1160. Let's do it.
How much tackle have we got? Did you say?
Total is none. So he's played 4, won 1 and drawn 3. One of the War Dancers got a niggle. So nothing, guard, nothing, lineman with guard, lineman with wrestle, lineman with kick. Okay.
Well, the key thing's 3 dodge, isn't it? Because the dodge are going to be tricksy, but the rest of them have just got victim written all over them if we can hit them.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Orange says you just reminded me. The question did arise earlier, and in the excitement of talking about something else, forgot to mention it. You've got zombies across the board in the Undead. Any room for a skeleton?
Yeah, I wasn't planning on taking a skeleton. I prefer the extra armor. Why? Does someone specifically want to be a skeleton?
No. I think folks were just theory crafting as to if you've got the choice, which do you prefer?
Oh, the zombies for the extra armor. People say that it's roughly the same in terms of the zombies start with a slightly higher base armor, but they don't come with thick skull, whereas the skeletons lower base armor, but start with thick skull. What I prefer is the player to not be stunned in the first place. We are outguided by Woodies, aren't we?
Shameful.
Did the tree have guard? Did anyone see? So your players in defence.
I'll say no. What, you mean if you spin now, Jelly? Well, I'm not playing, so no for me, but you would if you have a go against Andy, obviously. Nori likes skeletons because they're spooky.
Just put the skills on for a sec. So,
Oh, right, personal attacks, Jelly. You can give it a go, mate, if you really want to. Lyracian likes skeletons for dirty player fouls. Yeah, that makes sense. I can see why. Again, though, they're pretty close. I don't think either of them are madly better than the other. Terrific. I've no objection to Champ Larry at all, and if we weren't streaming, I'd probably play it. But given that we do this streaming plus 2 league games, basically that's enough Blood Bowl for me, mate. Does the tree have guard?
no. Well, Jaleel, I would say that I think it's a good idea to say hello to the people because if you don't, it's free. It's free advertising at the very least, isn't it? I play 5 games a day.
Every opponent is a potential customer, and this isn't new. We've always done this. Like we talked about this before we started streaming as a particular thing specifically to do. And I don't think saying hello is, it's not particularly unusual, is it?
No. Why? It's a personality thing. Why be a twat? I don't understand. Why not? Why not be nice? It costs me nothing to go. Hello, have a nice time, and the benefits massively outweigh the disadvantages, because you might not get turn 16 fouled, for example, because he thinks, oh, you're a nice guy, and then my best mummy might not die. So do nice things fall upon you. Be a knob, well, get dicked.
Yeah. Samuel, good afternoon. How are you? Sam says, how goes life? It goes, mate, it goes.
And terrific, yeah, you're right. I don't want them to have good luck, but I'd like them to enjoy the game, because I'd like them to still be playing in 6 months' time.
Gianni, and again, the advertising, it's not sort of, buy now 50% off. It's just conversationally, by the way, we're streaming this. And not just for that reason. It does make them aware that there's a stream that they may or may not check out. Most of them don't. But some folks like to know. There's another factor to it that we kind of hope that it might encourage folks not to be a complete meese or a Condor Drake.
Yes, Bobface. Right. Oh, there's this. I was looking at the stream there. It looks like the tree's got a purple hat. It hasn't got a purple hat, but it looks like it.
Right, I see what you mean. Okay. I looked at all the logos for the Undead and eventually just sold out and went with your favourite one. I hope you appreciate it.
That's lovely.
I mean, if we're being really picky, Andy, to be honest, I think saying good luck, have fun is just a bit lazy. It almost insincere because it's. So I'd always tempted to just type something out in full prose and mix it up a bit. I mean, look, he's not suggesting to go and get a coffee or anything. It's just hello. That's like more like Killjoy. Killjoy's just cheered 100. Subscribe now.
Oh dear. Thank you very much, Killjoy. Thank you.
Do we sound upset or angry, or how is this taking anything to heart? Should we just say yes? Does what do you want? You know. Oh, Helgen, you make me paranoid now. I'm just privately going to check the football score.
Oh, Rich's T. What a top guy.
Right,
thank you very much.
For Andion's benefit, I'm saying nothing. T, thank you very much indeed, oh boy. Much appreciated.
Will you be coming to one of the tabletop tournaments soon? Can we prize you into one? Thank you kindly. What do you think he's going to do here? Because what I have deliberately tried to do is base as many of the elves without dodge as possible, and then try and slow this war dancer down so he can't run all over the shop.
See, Killjoy totally made that work.
Do it again! Do it again! No, don't do it again. Do not do it again.
Sub now, bang, sub. Let there be sub. Well, quite right, terrific. I mean, you know, if you're going to spend the next 16 turns trying to merge your opponent, you might as well sort of be pleasant to him at the start of the game. Oh, I've just missed a follow there. Did you catch that?
It was Orange Scissors.
Orange Scissors, thank you very much for the follow. I think we were speaking earlier, so I won't say welcome to the show, but nice to have you aboard on, boy.
Welcome to the devotees.
Oh, don't say that. I'd never like that. It doesn't work.
Well, yeah. I like it. He's got to make a bunch of dodges without on a 2+. So that's 1 he's made. He's got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He's got to make 6 2+ dodges. Oh, and he didn't move that one. I think my missus is singing.
Sure. Bear in mind, I can't hear what the stream hears. I can only hear you.
I've got quite good hearing.
Well, no. I can't hear it because unless you press push to talk, I can't hear it, obviously.
I know, but I'm hearing it through, so I can hear over the top of the game sound, which I've got a headset on my head. I'm picking it up, and I'm right. She is.
Thanks, Jilliel. Jilliel helped.
What did he say?
He says, so you think he's going to fail dodges, and then he failed a dodge.
Well, hopefully, yeah. Go on, go on!
One down, and subs bench is empty. So 10 elves, good.
Yeah, 10 elves. Now I'm pondering here. Do I want to blitz the tree, which is a bit bizarre because it is rooted, but I could then foul it with a lot of foul, or do I just keep hitting elves? And I think I'm just going to keep hitting elves. I think.
I hit elves. Hit elves. You really slender chance of breaking the armor on the tree without claw, isn't you? I don't know exactly what the odds are, but they're not great.
Yeah, right, so we do the block there, which gives you the blitz there, and if you don't, you blitz there. Right, okay. Now make that 3 dice.
Come on, Helgen. Make it count.
Oh, rubbish. Bring that back.
Did you try and dodge Wulfric?
No, I'm going to try and, if I get a knockdown here, I can be able to blitz and block with him.
No. Wulfric, the zombie. The zombie on the floor
right.
next to the tree.
Oh, he's got a niggle. Yeah, go on then.
Oh, when you need a pow, you probably kill that one. Pedro says Don Chump is on the champ ladder. Who's Don Chump, Pedro? Should we know who that is? I've not come across him before. God, look at Wulfric there. Dances away from that. It's like John Travolta in Staying Alive there, wasn't he? All snake hips.
So, I wonder what he does. I feel like he's just throwing blocks, which is probably not the best thing to do. This is why make the double one here? Why not just be there and not have to put up the double one? Because if you fall over, and equally, if he scores on turn 2, it's not the end of the world, is it?
Okay, so Don Jump was competing in champ ladder in the early seasons with an Orc team.
He farmed nobody in the first days. Huh? Now, what will he do for the rest of the turn? It's annoying. Oh well. Oh well, that's a shame.
Afternoon, Des. Okay, I'll try and be succinct. The real change is to the 8 wildcard teams. Rather than be based on final league table placing, they're limited to 8 racers who've been specifically named beforehand. We're guessing that the logic behind that is to try and get these more diversity in the team. So this season, vampires, 2 flavors of elf, chaos, etc. So only those, the second place of only those races go through in a wild card. And so far, doesn't seem all that popular. Lloyd's Gamble has just subscribed on YouTube. If he watches this back, thank you very much, Lloyd's. Yeah, it changes each season, Des. I would struggling to find anybody who thinks it's a good idea. My 2 cents for what it's worth is I don't think it'll destroy things, but it doesn't seem an improvement. Given the choice, I think I'd have left it how it was. To be honest, Des, the mood of the chat, if I'm gauging it correctly this morning, was I wouldn't say anybody was doing their nut about it. Just most people sort of shrugged and went, I don't think it's an improvement. I prefer the other way, but whatever, you know.
Oh dear. Okay, so he's got a 3+, 2+ to score.
Oh, nice. Having a bit of chicken kebab there.
Oh, very nice.
Nergis, hello, buddy. How you doing?
Well, he can do the dodge, or he can do a leap and then a dodge. So
As we know, leaps never work. They've got a secret -3 penalty built into leaping. Hopefully.
he made it.
Oh.
Hello, Nergis. But Killjoy, so does the leap, because he's got the team reroll.
Excuse me, mate. Just going to make a cup of tea. Be right back. Watrix, hello, buddy.
Oh, excellent. A free reroll. That's very good. Okay, let's go cover the ball. And then we need to throw some blocks. It would have been nice if they'd have done something for qualifying in Champ Ladder. I completely agree with that statement. Semi got one. If we go there, I could set up for the foul on an elf. Yeah, go on then. Okay. Okay, right, let's have a quick check and see where the war dancers can get to. So there, nowhere near, there. There is safe. What did he say?
And we're back.
Welcome back. Right, so we KO'd 2 elves that turn. That's pretty good.
Yes.
That naughty war dancer really is smashing through armour, isn't it?
Is Watrick Segul all right?
Yeah, he's just badly hurt. I'd like a system that's less grindy. Jalil, I'm welcome to hear what you might do instead. I don't know how you physically do that.
I don't think you can get around that, really.
No, me neither. But if someone's got an idea, speak up. So, right, where are we going to go? We're going to have to go into this space over here, so we can run to about there. And I'll make a reasonable cage, I think, so... Let's gain the full 7 squares that were available this turn.
Yeah, I must admit, my feelings on Champ Ladder, it's never been truer to say, Andy, thank you for playing Blood Bowl so I don't have to. That I can vicariously enjoy Champ Ladder without actually having to play any games. Thanks, mate.
Hey, you're welcome.
Yeah. High five at body upses.
This turn is worth blitzing the tree.
Do you know, again, speculation, right? But I don't think it's the grind that kills people. I think it is everything's going okay for a bit and then it's all ruined. And it's the frustration of it doesn't take a lot for a Champ Ladder qualification bid to go tits up. You know, a bit of bad luck here with either who you play against or the dice in a specific game or two, and your bid is over and you've played 30 games. That, I think, is what kills it. It's such a fragile thing. But I don't think there's any way around that. And just to play devil's advocate, does the fact that it ain't easy mean that when folks do qualify, they feel that much more sense of satisfaction? Yeah, it's a combination of the two, Ducky. Yes.
I think if you're a good coach, you need to play 20 25 games realistically is sort of a minimum if you're a really good coach. If you're not so good, you might need to play another 10 or 15 games on top of that. That's not insane. Over 6 weeks.
I'd say 25 is light. I mean, look, you're after 25 games, your Chaos team had got TV 1600, and they were placed quite well. But 1600 not enough, mate. I think you're 35 games at least.
I think it does depend on race a little bit, yeah.
Yeah, that's a fair point, Cody. Because you will find with the less popular races, you'll probably qualify with less. But it depends what your goal is. Is your goal to qualify, or do you really want to make a competitive shot at winning it? So there's so many things that need to align to allow you to win it, that you need to have qualified, but then you need to consider what state of the team is the team in that you're bringing. Because I mean, we talked about that the other day, Andy. That what if you'd qualified with the Chaos lot last week, so you've got a Chaos team TV 1600 against, the 2200 Nurgle, the 2000 odd Dwarf, etc. You'd just be really up against it.
Yeah, it's very true.
Yeah, exactly that, Gruff. And so I think that was why it wasn't particularly heartbreaking to see Jimmy and Crimson Fox go through. That I don't think it was anything really lost. It was a surprise, really, that the Chaos team were even in the contention, given that they started late and played that many games. It's just Andy got a few wins on the spin, and suddenly it was like, oh shit, could actually qualify here. I don't think it was ever really the plan to do so. And I think if we weren't streaming, Andy probably wouldn't have played them that hard. Because obviously when we're streaming, you need to have something to watch, don't you?
Yes. Okay, let's try and push down a little bit harder. Might get lucky and get a power here. Oh wow.
Hey, Skirmetto, how you doing? Minister Flacco, that's a question that others have asked as well, mate. It's who knows. It's like a lot of video games that the publishers of the game recognise that having an esports element to it can be a real cash cow. I mean, they look at StarCraft and then latterly Dota and League of Legends and Counter-Strike Go. The fact that you've got MLG style organizations competing, it's all big bucks. So if you've got a video game on your hands and you can do something vaguely competitive, it does give more interest to the game. And no doubt about it, Champ Ladder is good for Blood Bowl in terms of commercially. The problem is that you're quite right. It was based on a board game that was really meant to be a bit of a laugh rather than balanced or totally fair. So it's trying to tread that line between two things that aren't really that aligned in the first place. Cataclysm Good morning. How are you doing? Don't think we've spoken before, so if it's your first time, welcome to the show. Nice to make your acquaintance.
Indeed, good morning. See, I didn't use my old joke there.
No, you didn't. Well done. Great restraint.
I did, yeah. Thanks.
Yeah, I'd absolutely Grindle. I mean, I wasn't for 1 minute suggesting that Blood Bowl will become an esport, but you get what I mean, that the competitive element attracts people to the game and breathes a bit more interest into it. And, you know, Champ Ladder, I love it or hate it, it's been good for Blood Bowl because lots more people are playing Blood Bowl, I'm guessing, than would have if it didn't exist.
Yeah. I am with Triffic there a little bit. I'd like to see it a bit more, the time window a bit longer. That'd be nice.
Do you think they keep it short so that if you've got the Chorf team with 60 wins, 20 draws, and 10 defeats, unassailable at the top of the ladder, that it doesn't get too old?
Maybe, but then is it unassailable because you only get 6 weeks? If it was if it were 12 weeks, until you get to the very end, it's not unassailable.
Oh, mate, I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm kicking the idea around, you know.
Because a short window does... Oh, it's just double wand. Does lend itself to people who can sit and play a lot. So, the streamers. Okay, so we've got 3 dice there, which we then get 2 dice there. We should be able to wander off and just be far enough forward to be okay.
Yeah, I don't think you're alone in that, Des. It's definitely a thing that the number of competitors tails off as the season goes by. That's why a lot of the folks who had got the heart set on qualifying will knock themselves out in week 1, because that's when you get your most opponents, if you like, that aren't try hard kill team type stuff. We've definitely seen it that early on you've got a fairly even mix, but when you get to halfway through and beyond, more often than not you're playing good coaches who are putting in a shift to try and succeed, not just making up the numbers and having a laugh. Stuzznuff, hello mate, how are you? Again, don't think we've spoken before. Welcome to the show. Stuzznuff asks, why is he not standing up the tree? That's a really good question. Any guesses, Andrew?
I think he tried last time and it didn't stay. It failed its stand-up roll.
Well, he'll have another go, won't he?
Oh, indeed, he will. He will have another go, yeah.
Yeah. Come on. Come on. Let that niggle do its stuff.
We did.
There you go, baby.
Oh, it wasn't the niggle that did it, but it was... Oh, and he's dead. He's dead, Dave.
They're all dead. He really is.
Oh dear. Well, I get a free zombie out of that. Thanks very much. He should have taken the niggle.
No, he shouldn't. He's given you a present. That's very nice of him. You see, this is what we you being all sociable at the start. He's gifted you a free zombie. There you go.
Yeah.
It didn't in the end, did it, Jaleel? No, you're right. Yeah. Psychological, though, wasn't it?
Got one.
Well, War Dancer out, that is a massive help. And later on, I will be stating more obvious facts, like the sun will be going down as it gets dark shortly afterwards. Killjoy, I don't think of it as murder. Think of it as welcoming whatever he's called. what is he called? Welcoming Rayla Wraith to a new experience of hanging out with Undead for a while.
Interesting question about why didn't I had 3 dice the War Dancer? Because I was going to position it so that the War Dancer was here and the catcher was there. So the War Dancer had to go backwards to come forwards. That was the reasoning.
Stursnov, no, he doesn't. He just becomes a regular zombie with zombie stats, but he does keep the name. So, a long-term Undead team will take great pride in collecting a variety of different species into their team. It's nice. It's nice to have a chore, for example. And a Chaos Warrior would be good. And War Dancers, they're highly prized. Frank asks how long are we streaming for today. It's normally till about, I would say, another game after this. And that would be it. Is that about it, Andy?
Yeah, we'll do one more.
One more after this. Sorry, Skuro. That is an accidental disadvantage to playing the Undead, that it is making the list for folks to get on the team that much longer. Well, no, Skuro's come up with a brilliant solution. But what he does is Skuro's going to make a load of halfling teams with all the players called Skurometso and just wait for the inevitable.
It's one way of doing it.
Oh, actually, I've changed my mind. Not halflings. I mean, pro elves without dodge. These flings can't be zombies, can they?
No, they shouldn't be. Oh, his War Dancer's back. His other one.
Oh.
So he's 4 players down, and we are nobody down. That's all right. Yeah. Right, let's try this again. So 3 dice there, 2 dice there. Let's do it. And if we murder the other War Dancer, the other catcher, I might try and go for 3. If I don't, I won't. High kick. Right, where's the ball going? Put that ghoul under the ball.
Stus and Cataclysm, but just out of interest, is it first time watching the show, fellas? Are you new to us?
That puts a little bit of protection on the ball, so we can now start throwing a few blocks.
Ah, cool. Well, nice to meet you both.
Oh, knocked one out.
Good.
The only problem with knocking one out is that you make a right mess. No.
Oh, God. Oh, no, you didn't make that joke, did you? Oh, really?
You're
back to Connor Drake and what Billy were getting up with it. Oh, no.
I feel like I just let myself down there. Oh,
You've
dear.
let yourself down. You've let the stream down. Oh, Andy. I really hope the Twitch partnership committee aren't watching this. Just, it's no wonder we're not 1080p, isn't it?
Right, so I was going to hit with a white, but actually, it's more advantageous to pull up and finish a full screen. So I've gone for the full screen. It'd be nice to do the mighty blow hit, but there we go, full screen. Maybe noob, yeah, maybe. So right, there's 5 elves left.
It's an enduring image.
Okay. Most importantly, I think here we need to try and score with McNaughton because he's on 14 points. Let's have a look and see if they've emailed us. Maybe they've emailed us.
Helgen, I love your optimism. Just to recap, we put in the application probably yon side of 3 months ago. Then about 6 weeks ago, Andy got an email asking him for some more information, which he sent back pretty much straight away. And we've had nothing for the last few weeks. And 2 weeks ago, we sent a very nice email inquiring as to the progress, and we haven't heard back yet. So God knows, mate. I don't know. Eventually. Hello, Oddity. How are you doing? Oddity's got a hangover.
Hello, Oddity.
Oh, dear.
That's mean, isn't it? I shouldn't have done that. Oh, it's his work Christmas party. Nice.
I had a work do last week, ironically. Did you do anything that you really regret, Oddity, or is your conscience and reputation both intact? Because these are the important things after you've been out on a works do. Did you do anything really embarrassing?
Yes.
Honestly, Fox, I know you. I know it's a joke, right? I think what's happened is Twitch have been really pushing, "Hey, come and be a partner," and so they'd be absolutely rammed with applications. Beanspecs, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome to the show. So I'm not surprised it's taking longer than within 7 working days at advertised, but it really is taking a very long time.
Yes, it is taking longer than it is supposed to. Go on, casualty one. Ugh.
Hello, Astrotor. You right, buddy? How you doing? The key thing, though, Oddity, is did you do anything that you really, really regret, or were you all right? Did you behave yourself? Oh, super duper noob. Don't put that thought in Andy's head. Oddity says, anyone to put a bounty on Lupac's team? It's got a decent record, old Lupac, hasn't he? Does he just play weekdays? So there's not a lot of chance that you're going to bump into him, is there, Andrew?
No, not at the moment.
Well, surely Jimmy is playing at the same time as Lupac. And I know I would put my money on.
Yeah. Draw. I'm joking. I think Jimmy, on balance, would win most of those games.
No, and this is just one where you say that and then shut the fuck up.
Oh, okay.
So that you haven't said anything, you've merely implied it.
Oh, okay.
Do you understand? Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, he's coming in.
Oh, incoming. Denied. Oh, undenied. Don't you catch it. Yeah, all right. I might have overlooked the fact that Jimmy did play Lupac yesterday. How about best out of 3? Was anybody watching the Lupac side of things when that happened? And was Lupac magnanimous and sporting, or was it a gloat fest? What was your opinion on it, C. Wells? How did it go? I've never heard Jimmy and Lupac really talk about each other. I don't know if they're good pals or there's a bit of needle in there at all. Fair play. So Lupac was fairly balanced about it. He wasn't getting all clever ass. Good. Yeah, feeling itch, but I mean, Lupac's in a very large group there. That's not really saying much. So what you're saying is you're all rather disappointed there wasn't a massive amount of drama that you could feast upon. Hard luck, lads. Did I tell you about my what's the word? Humbling experience when I was faffing around on the computer and I thought, I'll put Twitch on and saw Lupac was on Andy.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I logged into the stream, said, "Hey Lupac, hi folks," and because obviously I know who Lupac is because we used to play in UK Bubble together. Lupac's like basically who's Zunk, and it's like, oh fucking hell, soz. I don't mean that in a kind of by God, he should know who I am sort of way, because I mean, why the hell should he? But it's kind of more that I know who he is only because of we used to play in UK Bubble. Clearly doesn't remember me. I know, terrific, right? Not realise who I am. Wasn't quite expecting that, Watrix. More kind of like, hello, how you doing, was kind of what I was thinking, you know. Onyx Tyrant asks, how many ghouls should you stick in a developed undead team, Andy?
3 or 4. I would run with a lot of them because the ghouls are the speedy things, so I'd run a lot.
Well, the opportunity cost is another zombie, so yeah, why not? And plus, you need to constantly be cycling through them because they do tend to die.
Yes.
So every new block ghoul potentially is queuing up sure hands after the existing sure hands ghoul,
Yeah, just dies. Yes.
What you don't want is an agility, strength, movement ghoul that you treasure and adore, and really don't want to die because that's ghouls. Don't get attached, kids. Don't get attached.
Oh, well, we'll have a skull, please. Excellent.
Jill, I just ran off into the toilets in floods of tears, mate. You know, I was devastated. Baz, what have we said about you graffitiing, mate? Get into trouble for doing that.
There we go. Right, we're free.
Free. Oh, Cataclysm's a good lad. He loves his mummy.
So then we can do 3 dice on that.
Killjoy for vampires. How many did you start with, Andy? Did you go for 3 or 4?
3, I think.
I think it's 3, but you want to be saving up for probably 4 or 5 in total. If you're talking Champs Ladder. No, you don't want 6, because you don't want 6 on the field at any one time, really. You're really aiming for 4 on the field, probably. For league play, it's less critical, so you could go more. Key thing is, whilst you're actually playing, though, if you're playing in a perpetual league, you've got the luxury of being able to build, say, for example, one specifically a ball carrier vamp, who then sits out on your defensive drive, and you sub in, say, a sweeper vamp instead. But if you field 6 at once, what happens is you run out of thralls inevitably. If you're, I'm sorry to be a complete Andy and plug in the YouTube channel. If you're interested in watching some vamp play Killjoy in the YouTube channel, there's Andy did a champ ladder run with vamps and qualified. It's worth the watch. There's some fun games in there, and the team did pretty well.
Yeah, we were rather unlucky to not actually win our first game of the champ qualification. So, yeah.
Oh, terrific! I'd never go full Andy. No, don't worry. I mean that in a lovely way. Yeah, you find if you're playing vampires that thralls have got about the life expectancy of a depressed lemming. So, don't get attached to them. Mind you, we did have one thrall on that team who was really rather good. Who was it? Was it Morbid Orbits who had the tackle something thrall who was actually really useful?
Yeah, I can't remember. There was one, you're right. I just don't remember who it was.
I think it was Morbid Orbits. But have a look at the YouTube replays if you fancy Killjoy's. It answers most vampire-based questions.
Trees. Proving to be rather resilient, isn't it?
He knows his time's limited. There you go. Timber.
And we'll just try and get rid of that war dancer.
Yeah, I think Andy's team started with 3 gruff, as we figured that we needed the re-rolls, and then quickly went to 4. And I think towards the end got a 5th because we were having a hell of a lot of them that were MNG.
Yeah.
So I'd say what you really want on the team is 4.5 vampires. So there you go, make of that as you will.
Yeah, if I was going to do it again, I definitely would start with 3 again because I thought that start really worked. I would go up to 4, and in Champ Ladder I probably would stop at 4, because they're expensive.
Well, you went to a 5th just at the season ended.
Yeah.
You did the qualifying with 4. Yeah. Conde asks, he's about to play a Vamp team that have 92% success rate in his Bloodlust rolls so far this season. Any advice? He's playing Necro. Go for the Thralls, mate. Kill them and assume that if he's had 92% success rate so far, his luck's bound to run out sometime, right? How developed are the 2 teams respectively, Conde? What kind of TVs are we talking? I think you'll be all right for that one, Conde. I really do. At 1200, he's not going to have blodge on many vamps, if any, and that's the tricky bit. I guess the top tip: just be super mindful when you have the ball as to what could he hypothetically gaze. And rather than a 4-point cage, which is very easy to disable, you're better off with a loose net. Go on. That's big, because that's his big threat of getting the ball back. Pyro, worth it. Well done, son. I enjoyed watching the vampires, to be honest. I'd do that again. I think they were sometimes frustrating, but there was quite a lot of real cool shit that you could only do with vampires. I think they're quite difficult to play. That to really get the most out of them, there's a lot of things to consider. A big one is that a lot of folks don't get is positioning the thralls, of thinking ahead as to where my thrall's going to be should the bloodlust strike.
Yes. A couple of things people have said to me. Super Duper Noob says, get overconfident and lose the ball. It should be fine. We'll find out in 2 minutes whether I got that right. I was going on the basis that we were going to stun the war dancer. So he's got a 2 dice uphill blitz to make. Block, no block. Should be fine. And Lady Killjoy, the question you asked, yes, absolutely.
Don't normally mention this, but it's unusually good crowd for a Saturday. So thanks for tuning in, by the way, folks. Appreciated.
Well, it's a bonus stream, isn't it? So.
Yep, bonus stream every Saturday. A poverty ups this? Yes, it does. Juggernaut does a couple of things. It overrides Fend and gives you the option to turn her both down into a push. So it particularly synergizes very nicely with Frenzy. Thanks, Snuff. So, big one for McNaughton here, as this will grant him the gift of piling on, possibly tackle, depending on how Mad Andy's feeling. Hello, Glowworm, you're right. Well, Juggernaut only works on a blitz, Apodiopsis. If you just do a regular block, it doesn't do anything. It behaves as if it didn't exist. It's only for blitzing. That helps.
It does. So it's now going to come down to whether or not he makes his one turn. So we'll level you up.
Astrotai, sort of. But if you got, say, a Beastman, for example, it block Juggernaut Frenzy does actually work quite well.
Has he got a catcher on the field? Yes. Okay.
Oh, Glowworm. Good luck, mate. He's playing against... he's playing Dwarves in a tabletop tournament. But Dwarves are reasonably competitive at tabletop, aren't they?
Yes, yeah, they are.
Fairly good at not losing. I'd say reliably winning is another matter, but not losing, they're fine.
So it leapt into there and on 2 dice uphill. It's got to be 2 dice uphill. It's going to make 3+ into 25% to do the first thing.
Hello, Duran, how you doing?
That's going to be fine.
Ah, right, so Glowworm's actually playing the Goblins. Yep,
Well.
Goblins love playing against Dwarves, don't they? That's a really brilliant matchup for Goblins. Well, good luck, mate.
Glowworm, where are you playing, by the way? This is the second or third person to say they're playing in a tabletop tournament. Where is it?
Okay, so War Dancer's back, and he's got this sprint catcher, so this is possible, but not easy.
Yeah.
I think the flanking zombies behind each of the mummies diagonally is strong there. He's going to be struggling to push the ball into somewhere easily gettable, outable of. At best, if this works, he's going to be dodge-tastic. He could do it, but it's lots and lots of dice, so good luck.
Oh, you're at Block and Rolls one. We did the Southampton one, but it was a 2-day one. It was over a summer bank holiday a couple of years ago. That was really good fun. I like Block and Roll. He's a radio presenter, isn't he? Yeah, dwarfs are taken, but they very rarely win them. Next week's there's not. Is it a full weekend, Glowworm? I've got to go to Birmingham on Friday night.
Killjoy. Yes, we know Tector. Russian chap. Nice guy. Yep.
Yep.
Tector's been with us since the start, pretty much. Particularly helpful if we play against a chap and then they start shouting at us in Cyrillic. Tector can translate.
This guy needs a quick snap. Or needs to take this guy and put him in that hole there. Because if he then leaps into here, you can push into that square, and then you can then get the chain push. You can then get both chain pushes.
If it's any comfort to your opponent, Allain, I think he's right that doing this is hard. Oh, that's really not helpful.
Ruined it. Yeah, that's trashed it.
That's ruined it. Yeah. Right. Good luck, Arch XL. Done.
Yep, that is done. I'm just going to make sure that no one important gets hit. So, zombie, you can go and mark up the tree so I don't get a mighty blow hit on a mummy.
Well, he was a nice bloke, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was.
You know, so the ghouls and make that little sound bite. That's like when you get a sandwich.
Like that.
Yeah.
Oh man, it's 2:10. I didn't realise it was so late.
I get time for another one. I normally finish about 4:30.
I know, but because I'm busy this evening. I
know, but just another game. You promised. Promised.
I don't think I can.
175 people were waiting for you to play another game, man.
I'll go and ask.
Have a quick one.
I'm going to go and ask. I'll be back in a minute because I'm going to go and ask. I don't think it's good. I don't know. Let's find out.
Oh, Helga, no, not at all. You're our number one mummy at the moment. Oh, happy days. Murloc Joe's leveled up. MVP. So, Blodge Ghoul, probably show hands, I'm guessing.
Oh, we got a 6 for the winnings. Excellent.
And Murloc Joe leveled.
Let's have the zombie because we can always fire him again. Oh, excellent. We've got a Frenzy Ghoul. Or an Agility 4 Ghoul or a Strength 4 Ghoul. I don't know which one. Let's have a look.
Show hands skill? I'm so tedious, aren't I?
Right, okay, Murloc Joe levels and gets a ...
Agility.
Frenzy. Okay. I just like having Frenzy. It's so much fun. McNaughton levels and gets a...
Because Frenzy's like sure hands, isn't it? It really helps put the ball up and protects you from strip ball.
Oh no. They're piling on.
You're going full. Yeah, you know, yeah, I think you're probably right. It's a little bit. Do I want to say greedy? Aggressive. Grindle, thank you. Aggressive. That's what I meant. Very aggressive. It's a statement of intent. We're going to mess you up, boy. That's what this team says.
Yeah.